video is going to be provided by Brandon 10x. That is the YouTuber from the YouTube channel Brandon 10x YouTube. Uh, so if anybody just wants to keep a look out there, of course we'll do an official announcement as soon as we have the exact time and stuff like that. He'll put that announcement out through the Discord and the Telegram, and as well tweet out the official video link as soon as it's actually live. So that's going to be like the kickoff to our marketing events because that actual video placement is where it is. But even like the review part that he's going to do, and he's going to touch on the website and stuff like that. Because our calculator is not in place currently right now, we will that of course is going to get missed on the video, and as well because of our timeline on setting everything up, the charts are going to look the way they're going to look. That being said, with the increased volume and exposure from that video itself, we're hoping that it brings in some new buyers, and with that as well, the team is going to do what we've always promised we will do. We're probably going to start to participate in some different buyback and burns in between the time period between our first and second major videos, just to endorse a little bit of volume, a little bit of upward momentum, some extra buy pressure, try to reduce any sell pressure that's generated from any upward momentum that we are gaining from this exposure. So hoping that we could make sure that our charts look appropriate in the way we want them to, from our first video to our second video, and as well that that calculator will live tonight. So in the meantime, while that YouTuber, the second one, is making and filming and editing his video, he'll have the ability to review that, make sure that that's included in his video, so that'll be a better finished product overall. I am slightly disappointed that we didn't have it in there in time to get it on the first video, but that's we're trying our best. I'm not able to announce a date yet, or the name, or anything like that for the third major YouTuber that we would like to line up. Again, that's something that Nick will probably actually be announcing anyways, but we're still working on negotiations right now. That being said, as well, we're going to be expanding on our banner ad placements. I'm working on getting some new ads made up right now, in general, just to have ready on command with some of our new information that we've got going on and some of our updates, just to also just give a fresh look to what's already in existence. So even if it was like on the same places that we've been advertising, even if we continue to do that, we'll refresh the ad itself to give it a new look, and hopefully draw some new attention from people. We'll put out that information as it's available for us, as far as the what those ads look like, where you can go to view them, and how long we'll be running them in those places. We're already currently on multiple sites. I believe I don't have the exact list in front of me. I apologize, but I know for sure that we're on 4chan. We're of course on CoinMerge, Facebook. We're doing a lot of listing site stuff right now too. So if you want to go look at our Coin Sniper, Coin Mooner, and stuff like that, we're definitely ranking on the charts right now, which is really, really great. If we can keep that up and have more people voting daily, then we'll continue to rise up to the very top where we want to be. And I know it seems strange, like whether or not that people think whether or not it works or not, but I assure you that is a really great grassroots movement for gaining new holders and gaining attention from the retail buyers that we really, really want right now. It helps us overall with our LP strengthening process. It's great whenever you have large new buyers come in and you're attracting like those big investors, but the more holders and retail investors that you can get in with those small buys, it spreads the impact risk out altogether, and it's something that as a team we're focused on. We of course we're going to be attracting the larger whales and the big players as we move forward. But if we can gain a lot of new retail holders as quickly as possible in this time of volatility, it's one tactic that helps overall with the spread, and it's what you would like to see. It's what we would like to do. So we're going to continue these tactics that we're taking now, and the team has talked, and we're going to be focused starting today and tomorrow on continuing some of the basic actions that we started with. And what I mean by that is doing chill raids, getting back involved with the ground floor community engagement, uh, getting the promoting going on between Twitter, Telegram, Discord, joining other servers, spreading the word, getting teams together to act as a formulated group of attack on these events, along with these marketing pushes and these tactics in itself. We believe we can accomplish the goals the way we want to accomplish them. We know we're going to have increased buys and increased volume over the next week. We know that we're going to have growth in market capitalization. That's that's not even within the question of realm of possibility for us. We know that this is going to happen. We want to dictate how it happens, if that makes sense. We don't want to be attracting the wrong buyers and have the wrong influence on our ecosystem altogether. That being said, we've got the plan in place. We're working on it, and I feel confident that we're going to accomplish those goals. As far as new announcements from yesterday to today, there's really not much else in the works. We're kind of taking this day as like a nice internal structuring. We're working on some of our LLC stuff, making sure that we're getting all of our filings in place and getting the actual company structured correctly. We're going to be working on doing some continued legal actions, so we're set up for some of the bigger steps that we're going to have to take in the near future. And what I mean by that is I am talking somewhat on like exchange listings and stuff. We're not ready to talk openly quite yet about that stuff. But you know me, guys. I'll share with the community all the information as soon as I do have it available. In the meantime, I am looking at different decentralized exchange options. I've been looking at these personally. I'll share them internally with the team as I come up with the different routes that we could possibly take and the different partnerships that we might make along the way. And once the team can formulate a plan on who we might want to continue to be working with, we will announce that kind of stuff to the community, allow you guys to have some input there and decide what directions we want to take. A lot of those listings still cost something if you don't handle them quite right. And what I mean by that is like just as an example for everybody. A lot of people want to get like, hey, how hard is it to get listed on SafeMoon Swap? It's not hard necessarily. You know, you just have to meet a certain couple key points of criteria, and then you have to provide the token liquidity. So it costs something, is what it boils down to. And depending on who you're partnering with, who you're working with, and when those negotiations take place, and the side of momentum that you are on versus them, so on and so forth, a lot of times you can make strategic partnerships where the cost value is set differently than necessarily out of pocket. As these negotiations go on, and I have more solid information for the community, I will update everybody and inform you in a more formulated process of exactly what I'm talking about. But I am continuously working on these things. The very first and easy and best process for us, of course, was Flues, and I think everybody can agree that will increase our exposure. The more transactions that we can take place through our website itself, on the Flues exchange, we get listed higher. So if we can get to a point to where we can just trend it, even just internally on our own webpage, and I think we will get there, we will actually start charting elsewhere at the same time. So these are things that we will continue to work on as well. We'll be offering our own decentralized exchange in the VR setting. So that's going to give us a lot of negotiation power moving forward. But until we have some of that tech in place, we're relying on other points of negotiation. That being said, it's all on the table and we're working on it. More announcements on exchanges and stuff like that will be coming out in the future. I've seen these questions asked a whole lot, especially in the Telegram, a couple times in Discord. When exchanges, when exchanges. Uh, you know, the simple answer to that is, as far as like Binance and all those major exchanges that people like to throw out there, no time soon on any of those major central exchanges. We're not even close at all to those negotiations. Just as far as a legal structuring, the team has some stuff to do and take care of there. And then even beyond that, the capitalization that's required for a lot of those major exchanges is, you know, just far beyond our budget. We would have had to have spent like our entire marketing budget for this next month on just one small exchange listing. If that gives anybody an idea of how much it costs, honestly, you have to provide both pairings most of the time. Sometimes you don't, but again, more information on that as we move forward. The other thing that I wanted to touch base on is I talked about how I will be, or sorry, Guile, our VR dev, he did agree on doxing. That information, I believe, will be updated on the website this evening at the same time as we update the calculator. His name is Stephen Williamson. His middle name is Argyle. That's where we get the War Guile. It's Stephen Argyle Williamson. I've known him personally since I was 14 years old, I believe. He's a little bit older than me. I think he was 16. But we've been friends off and on, but more importantly, developers within the same community for many, many years. He's excellent at what he does, and I'm excited that he agreed to putting his information out there. He's a very shy individual. He has anxiety issues and stuff like that. It makes sense that he lives a lot of his time in virtual reality. I don't mean that in a mean way at all. I'm sorry. That sounded that way. I mean that's just where he's more comfortable. In VR, he is a hero, and he can talk to you and everything else in person. It's somewhat awkward sometimes. That being said, he has agreed to put his information out there, and I'll make his social media links available as well through the website. I just everybody just be nice to anybody that's within our team or within our community for sure. He was nervous about it, but he understands that it's just overall the right decision for to keep the brand image that we want to keep, and that is strongly built on our transparency. I apologize for not having his information available previously, and I will make that available, like I said, this evening. Is there any questions that anybody has? I am eager to take some.
Yeah, I got a question.
Absolutely.
Hey, um, the thing is, you mentioned something about retail holders. Can you give examples of retail holders that you're talking about?
Yeah, whenever I talk about a retail holder, I do mean somebody who's investing, around like the $1,000 or under level. Somebody who that they may be in the crypto space for a bit of time. They might consider themselves like a small time trader, or they might be somebody who's new, fresh off the block, where they just started and they're buying maybe $50, $100 here and there, and that's how they're investing. Whenever you can spread out your range of purchases along that level, the more holders you can get on that level offsets those people who step in and they do spend 20, 30, $40,000 all in one day. And obviously By doing so, they take up a certain level of supply, and they're able to manipulate the price impact on such transactions quite a bit.
So you mean basically small buyers, but many of them.
Correct. Small buyers, but many of them during times of consolidation just helps the project move forward on a more stable bounds. For instance, just as a good example, say you 10x within like 2 days. Well, that's a hefty sum for anybody who's invested, and it would allow for multiple individuals who are small time buyers that are looking for a nice investment opportunity to profit. It would allow a lot of those individuals to exit or to split their bags and stuff like that to take those profits and not necessarily have the same impact as a couple of large whales necessarily doing the exact same thing. So
Okay, I got
if you
you.
yeah, so if you can spread overall um, where your purchases are coming from and onboard many small buys, but accumulatively still large amounts of money, that's definitely the preferred method just for right now, just for the moment. We're strengthening our liquidity every single day, and we're actually on a really good path right now. I feel very confident, very strongly about our liquidity ratio moving forward, comparatively speaking to how I did a few days ago. A few days ago, I was somewhat concerned about our ratio because we were growing so fast and there were a lot of buys coming in that were large buys. And it's complicated to explain everything and how every aspect works, but just trust the process. We want plenty of small buys coming in as long as some medium buys, and then we can start to expect a lot of loss. And with that, you'll also start to see larger and larger cells. Everybody who's in now is going to continue to, 2, 5, 10x again and again. And at that point, you have a lot of holders that have hefty size bags. There's a lot of us now that overall have large valued bags. Um, that's a good thing. It's a fantastic thing. The more you can spread that out amongst as many people as possible, the healthier the project will be. And the faster that we can do that, the better off we'll be moving forward.
So
That's my
it
main
provides
point of that.
basically it provides stability to the whole project. Okay, I follow what you mean. Hey, also another thing, everything seems to be, I mean, recently all about the meta world and the metaverse and everything. So what makes this project unique, or what's the edge it has over these all these other ones that you hear about? Everything nowadays start with a meta something or the other. Other than the BUSD reflections, I mean that I think is super cool. But otherwise, what exactly would we do in the virtual reality world or the augmented world?
That's a fantastic question. I appreciate that question. Me and you view it differently. I'm excited. That's the BUSD reflections are okay, and that's cool. I love stable reflections. Those were added in there just to help stabilize the price action and the pressure. The real part that I'm excited about is what we're doing in the VR space, specifically with our onboarding of the cryptocurrency within the actual VR setting and allowing the commerce and transaction to take place within the cryptocurrency is really what our standout point is compared to a lot of these other projects. As far as I'm aware, there's a lot of projects that are working on some of the other stuff that we're talking about, the gamifications and the actual like NFT augmentation and stuff like that. I'm fully aware of plenty of projects that are working on that. Some very big ones that are working with like Disney and Marvel and stuff. Those projects I'm very interested in for sure. I hope that I'm able to onboard those teams and those projects directly onto my MBC lobby and allow them to sell those things within our ecosystem, um, and allow MBC to help fuel that transaction. I don't know of any other project currently and I've said this numerous times, I believe we will be first to market that is offering exchange and trading in the VR space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any other questions? Well, I really did appreciate that last question because actually that gets lost in the sauce constantly. Our team talked about it and focused heavily on it like last week about how we need to continuously make sure that we're branding properly. Our token in itself is awesome. I love our token. I hope it does fantastic things. But overall, our virtual exchange and virtual lobby will actually be where like our revenue is derived from, as well as like the services provided through the lobby. And what I mean by that, there's already been great suggestions from the community itself on different aspects of different things that we can start to introduce as far as like renting space and putting on VR displays for other projects and such. And all of that is very true. Just to give you an idea, if you are a vendor through our marketplace, there's obviously a listing fee. um, that listing fee will get turned back around through the company, split into pieces, but get fed directly back into MetaBUSDCoin, the token itself, rewarding all holders in value, either through directly liquidity pairing and strengthening or through actual distribution. Those types of details will get worked out, at least to everybody, as far as just how we want to reward everybody, but we have different rewards in mind and different ways to set those structures up.
So we haven't ruled out gamification, right? I mean, we can have like a shooting game or a samurai game or whatever game. I mean, in this VR world.
Correct.
Okay.
Already we have different things like um, on our roadmap. For instance, we've talked about the 2D flash style arcade game. That will be something that's available just as community play. That'll be free. But our very next game offering will be a paired with our second NFT line. So our second NFT line is more than likely going to be like spaceship designs, different spaceships that you'll be able to purchase that will share different attributes actually in game. So you'll be able to purchase the NFT, play it within the game setting. Depending on how we set up that reward structure, it might just add value to that NFT, and then per value added, unlock different attributes in game. Just to explain the technical side of how that works. But you would see it as like, oh, cool, this spaceship now has like added gun features and stuff like that. And then like the game style that we're thinking of playing would be something like as simple as like a Space Invaders of some sort. But you would have your spaceship with its attributes in there, and depending on like your score and stuff like that, you would unlock different things, add value to the token itself, so on and so forth. Or not token, sorry, to the NFT itself. But that's fueled by the token, so that in a way adds value to everybody's bag. As well, we've talked about like NFT machine. So you'll pay NBC to play an NFT claw machine game in the virtual reality setting. It'll feel and look just like a regular claw machine. You'll like pick up uh, essentially what will look like a surprise box or like a random box, a loot crate of some sort. You'll drop it, and if you get one, then it'll randomly mint or it'll randomly resell an old NFT, and we'll give details about that in the future as well. But we'll have like an NFT recycling program that'll allow people to sell off NFTs at a certain rate for NBC. Hopefully, in time, also off-chain NFTs as well. Once we have our bridges in place.
Hey, Chris, I just wanted to kind of interject. We have a really good question or suggestion in the AMA questions, and I'll go ahead and read it out for you. Essentially, Empire of Nothing is
Please.
asked. we could add hyperlinks for the tax wallets on the website. So where it says 12% tax and let's say 2% to marketing, people could click that 2% and it'll take them directly to the marketing wallet, and they could then view it easier and see where it's all going.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Absolutely. Yes, I do apologize that that hasn't been done yet. That has been on like the to-do list. I was actually planning on adding those wallets um to the reward tracking page. So I'm working out and like right now, uh there will just be hyperlinks. I'll add it to both websites for now, just to make it really, really easy and quick and easy. I'll add hyperlinks to on both pages, so you see them there. But I'm working on importing just like a direct feed, so you see the value of the wallet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be awesome too.
Yeah, so like there's just like a little window and it'll just show you like what the value of the wallet is at all times. And then like you can still click on the link and take you to BSC scan so you can like look at the transactions. Yeah, those are absolutely need to do. So I apologize that they haven't been done yet. We do have all those wallets available and pinned in our Discord and our Telegram as well. But we will make sure that they're easily found for like any newcomer that's coming to the community. Absolutely, we want to keep that transparent. We haven't touched the buyback wallet, I believe, since maybe like the 29th, I think is the last time we used it. The marketing wallet's always getting used on some level or another, whether it's $100 a day, $200 a day, or it's upwards of $1,000. That always does get used. We put out that information as far as what marketing we're actually doing. I don't announce every transaction that I do just because there's got to be some surprise for everybody whenever we book some YouTubers and stuff like that. That's where usually those large transactions will come from, is whenever we're booking like a YouTuber or a call channel. It'll be a good couple B&B sometimes. Um, but yes, I had actually seen that suggestion yesterday, I believe, or at least a older version of it. Uh, but I like the suggestion, and we will be moving forward on that. Apologize, it has not been completed yet. Is there any other questions? Do we even have I thought I had seen a channel for Telegram questions, but I feel like maybe we should have like a separate channel for Telegram questions for the AMA or something like that. Oh, that's since I'm talking about Telegram, I should point out my wife was looking at some of the channels that are available on Telegram whenever she was trying to find ours. And she pointed out to me, and it's so true, there are so many fake Telegram channels for our coin. Um, One of them's even called official, and they have like 20,000 members. So I don't know what we need to do there, Luca, but can you jump on that and try to do something there? Or is there just nothing we can do? Is Telegram just super Wild West?
Yeah, so that's actually my gripe with Telegram, is it really is the Wild West. I mean, we can, collectively, if we do like reporting raids as a group, if we get a group of people who are interested in helping take those down, we could spam report them and there's a higher likelihood that something will happen about it. But unfortunately, there really is no like controls over it. It's like that one hack that was going around where people were abusing the auto download feature in Telegram. It's because it's so
Yeah.
loosely held together, and it's like, that's kind of like what they envisioned for it anyway, because it's the same company that did Twitter, and he's very big on DeFi and that concept. But yeah, it really is the Wild West, and it kind of bites us in that sense.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured, and that's what I like quickly told her. Just like I was like, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry, but that's okay. That's what I assumed.
But yeah,
Um,
no, we could maybe we could get like during the next like mod team meeting, we can take like an hour and just do some reporting raids of these fake groups and just get like 10 reports at a time on them, and that usually will heighten it for Telegram.
okay. I mean, yeah, I'm absolutely down to do that. If we can try to clean it up for sure. I just would hate to find out that like many people were getting scammed, because that's obviously what it is. Like I went and I looked, and it's just like you know, uh, hey, send me your wallet information. That's like what the entire group is. Uh, Anyways.
Yeah, without a doubt. And just like word of advice to everybody, like on a general level. I try to do as few things as possible in Telegram when it comes to like outside of just basic communication. So like if I need help with something, I'll often ask for like a team member of a respective project if they use Discord, because then it's another way of verifying that they're also in the Discord server. They have a rank in the appropriate Discord server. And on top of that, I'd also look into like if you need a Telegram group, usually try to find the project's website because that's where you can find all the right links, and that's probably the safest way to go about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If it's not on the website or on like the main Twitter account, I would always assume that it's not an official link for sure. Um, yeah. And any group that I just get added to on Telegram, those immediately get like like, hey, this is spam, and I leave. just so you know, if you ever add me to a group for some reason. Um, and that being said, again, we've mentioned this since the very beginning. I go on Telegram daily, multiple times a day, check in with the community, make sure, everything's going okay there, see if I can answer any questions for anybody. That being said, I'm obviously always in the Discord. And that was long before this project or any project I've ever worked on or been attached to. Discord's just convenient. There's a lot of really really great stuff in the Discord. It works well, and it's really easy to organize different layers of a complicated project. You're able to get a lot of people in one general space working together on many different tasks all at the same time. Everybody's sharing the information. So that's where our team truly works out of. We have a lot of private conversations away from the Discord as well, just to make sure we keep certain things completely secret. That being said, like 95% of our actual work literally gets done out of the Discord. So that's why we're always here and we're always so much more available and responsive here in this space. That being said, if you're somebody who prefers the Telegram, I'm always there multiple times a day, and that'll never change. I'll always make sure I'm going over there, checking in, trying to engage where I can. But if you want any type of personal engagement, you can immediately get it in the Discord. Alrighty, guys. Is there any more questions from anybody? Okay. I'm excited. Tomorrow is officially the start of our mid-level marketing push. As well, like I said previously, we're right now the team's kind of taking like a moment of calm, essentially, just kind of working on a couple small items. We're having internal meetings. We're reorganizing about our NFTs, getting a better timeline put together, making sure that we're staying true to our community and putting out the correct information as soon as we have it. So that being said, give me a day or two, maybe even three, to work out a exact like timeline as far as our NFTs, when you can go to the minting site, when you can go ahead and view all that and stuff like that. Uh, I'll work out all that information over like the next 2-3 days, and I'll get it out in front of the community. Alrighty. I'm going to hop off here. I'll be available in the chat. Expect the rewards calculator later on this afternoon, this evening, at some point. As soon as it does come out, I'll make sure that we make sure it's well tested, and then we'll put out like a tweet. But as soon as it's available, I'll announce it to the community. That way, you guys can start testing it and stuff like that. We'll probably give like a testing period for like an hour or two, just to make sure everything's working proper and it's not breaking anything else at the same time. And then we will put a tweet out and try to announce it overall. And thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate every single one of you. And again, I'm available anytime you need me. Just send me a message.